So I had just completed a 21-day water fast. I was feeling on top of the world. I was like, I can do anything. Look what I've done. Actually, I felt like absolute shit. But mentally, I was like, I accomplished this. So proud of you right now. I'm getting all ready to break my fast with these organic free-range chicken eggs. I'm gonna do it raw. I'm like, yep. My decision-making ability is so strong right now. What could go wrong? Nothing. This has to go well. So in today's video, I want to talk about how I ended up in the emergency room dying. I almost died, and I know that sentence gets thrown around a lot, like, I almost died, bro. And it was just like a motorcycle came within 70 feet of you. Well, I felt that wind. It was close. I almost died, like I was dead. I was there ready to shake Flat Earth Santa's hands, and he gave me one of these. He was like, so we're here. Let's get into the story. So I went on this fast to heal my gut up once and for all. I figured 21 days, no food, the whole colon's gonna regenerate itself, the lining, brand new lining, new microvilli in there doing this shit. And this was the most disappointing aspect of the fast because everything else was improving. Stuff I didn't even want to improve. I was like, oh, that's getting better, is it? Yeah, great. I just want the colon to feel better, and that was getting worse. And I was like, what the hell? Why? I'm gonna make a before and after video of the fast, all 21 days. We'll get into all the details of all the benefits I was seeing and some of the negatives and how hard it was and how I coped and what I'd do different. But I was just at the end of that 21st day and my colon just feels worse. I'm like, what was the point of that? That was so hard. 21 days. And I was like, it feels worse. I just felt like there was lamb meat in there the whole time. In my colon, just getting harder and harder with the water fast, getting dehydrated. And it's just like the colon's not going to heal. I'd rather flush out fully before. I think that's what I would do if I do another water fast. It would be like a 2 or 3 day juice fast with flushing shit. And then we're good to go on some regeneration. So 21 days, I break it with a raw egg. I'm just like, I figured that's the easiest raw animal product to digest. I wanted to stay in ketosis. I didn't want to go back to the sugar roller coasters. So I wasn't going to do the fruit. I picked an animal and I went with it. And I didn't notice. I did notice. Immediately I got a slight boost and then literal suicidal depression within like an hour. I was like, the darkness, where did you come out, thou? Oh God. I don't know if that was just an angry chicken that day that laid a bunch of asshole eggs that were just giving me misery directly into my brain, but I felt terrible. It was the worst thing to break a fast with. And so at that point, even before I broke the fast, I noticed my colon's still sensitive and it's getting worse the longer I go. And then I break it with those eggs. And I tell you, I start getting pain like you wouldn't believe. I used to have a very severe case of ulcerative colitis where I was bleeding. It was very painful, but this was the next level of evolution in disease. Like, it was terrible. Are you noticing the gains? He's still got it. He's still got it. I've never been in this much pain before in my life. It was my entire colon, and it was starting to affect my kidneys, the tubes that go down to the bladder. Like, everything in this abdominal region was on fire, stabbing pains of death. And I'm just like, what is this? So it's getting late. I'm trying to stay up later because I'm moving back to Toronto and I want to kind of somewhat adapt. So I've been staying up later and later. So it's 1:30 in the morning and I'm starting to die. I figured the eggs ran into the lamb meat from 2 weeks ago and the lamb had done something to the chicken in a past life and then they were arguing about it. And it was painful, that argument. So I was like, I gotta kick these assholes out of the apartment down there. And so I did a castor oil flush. Just take some castor oil, drink some water. I'm trying to flush out. And I just start feeling weird. Like just poisoned in the mind. And I'm like shaking. I'm starting to like panic a bit. I'm like, and this pain is just intensifying. And I tried to lay down and there was no comfortable position. I was just like, fuck. And so I had the thought, I was like, if I don't leave and go to the hospital right now, I'm gonna die. Like, this is serious now. Like, I'm literally dying. I've never felt this kind of pain. It was some sort of infection. And I was like, I gotta go. It's 1 a.m. I gotta go do this. So I did. I left my apartment. There was a security guard downstairs. And I was like, hospital, where is it? And he didn't speak no English. I should have learned that word first day here, hospital. It's a good one to know. So I translated it. He's like, oh. And then he called me an ambulance. I'm just sitting there. He brought me out a chair. The Thai people are so nice. And I was just like dying. Then the ambulance shows up and I get in. And I'm just like panicking. I'm like, I'm dying. You know this, I'm dying. She's like, you're gonna be fine. You'll be okay. I think that's the only word she knew how to say in English. You'll be fine. What's fine? Oh, whoa. Okay, yeah, get him some help. So they wheel me into the coldest air-conditioned emergency room you ever seen in your life. I was so cold and in so much pain. It's a terrible combination. I'm shivering in bed. They had these tiny little thin sheets. I'm asking for more, then they give me one more sheet. I'm like, now I got 2 layers and nothing. No one's speaking English at first, and then finally one doctor comes out, he speaks a bit, and he's like, what's wrong? Where does it hurt? I'm pointing, it's like, everywhere. Yep, there. And he's digging into it. I'm like, yep, that hurts. And the next spot, yep, there too. You found it. Good for you. Where's Waldo? I was there for 9 hours. They did some x-rays. They took some blood. My blood wouldn't even come out. It was just like, what's wrong with him? I had no blood. It was easily the worst night of my life. Like, I've never felt that kind of pain, and I couldn't lay down. I was exhausted. Got there at 1 a.m. and I'm trying, like, I want to just sleep. But no matter what position I was in, it was severe pain. I'm like, oh my God, when is this gonna stop? I'm trying to drink water and they're not giving me an IV or anything. And I'm just like losing hope. Like, I thought I was gonna die. I was almost gonna make a video for my mom and say like, I'm sorry, I love you. It was tough emotionally. And I'm just like not giving up. Just, we can live. We can live. So finally a doctor comes out and says, I have an acute infection in my appendix. We need to remove it. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. It's like, I ain't going for surgery in a 4th world country right now. That's not why I came here. It wasn't even an option to me. Like, there's no way you're cutting out one of my organs here. It's like, yeah, okay, it's inflamed. Relax. We just bring that inflammation down. Give me something to do that, please. What do you got? A knife? Yeah. What else? So I'm just like, my die, crap. My die. No can. So she's like, you're gonna die if you don't do this. I'm gonna die? You're gonna die. And I was thinking, you don't know who you're dealing with here. I'm the vegetable police. Got a YouTube channel. Are you a sub? No, you're not. She was so confused that anybody would actually refuse surgery. She's like, you are gonna die. She was so sure of it. And she made me sign a little paper. I'll take a picture of it. I still have it. She's like, patient is gonna die. He's cool with it. And yeah, all right, we let him be. So they gave me an IV of antibiotics. I was like, yeah, do that. And that'll give me a fighting chance here. And then I'm just thinking, like, I left the hospital and I'm like, this is great. I'm still in severe pain. I haven't slept. Now I don't even know where this hospital is. I'm trying to get home and I'm taking taxis and then they stop and it's like, oh, everybody off here. I'm like in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, where are we? Get me home. I'm holding on this rickety taxi. And as I get off in front of my house, I look up and I see this detox juice bar. And I'm like, oh shit. That's what's gonna save me, isn't it? I gotta go on a juice feast. John Rose was right. When you have an acute infection of your appendix that is spread throughout your entire colon and likely kidney, bladder regions, the cure is not barbecued chicken wings. It's just not. You're not gonna go to McDonald's and get your beef patties and do the Sean Baker happy dance and heal yourself. So I had to jump off that wagon, life or death. So I grabbed myself an electrolyte juice, pineapple, celery, coconut water, all this stuff. Drank that, and that actually calmed me down. I was like, okay, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do this juice feast for a little bit. And I tell you, I feel so much better now. It still hurts, but like I can lay down immediately. As soon as I had that juice, I just laid down. I was like, okay, I fell asleep. So I'm just trying to get the most anti-inflammatory juices possible and antiviral killing action with lots of ginger and stuff like that. And it's working. It is working to flush whatever's in there and just hydrate the tissue, remove inflammation. Like, this is what I know. It's detox and healing. If you're in a crisis, you do this path. I mean, I don't want to be doing this forever, and it's so stupid. I'm going to go back to Toronto now in the middle of winter. There ain't no produce. What am I going to do now? My plan was to do this 21-day water fast. I knew I'd get all skinny again, but then I'd build right back up on the carnivore diet. I'd be like, cool. And with perfect digestion to boot. But man, did life throw me a turmoil. So, is that a sentence? But everything happens for a reason, my friend. Your darkest night is your cloudless day ahead. There's always a lesson. So what I found out, I don't know that I've talked about this much, but I had surgery when I was 15 years old to repair a hernia. And they put this mesh screen in. And if you want to look up on yourself, why can't I talk? It's the juice. There's so many horror stories of these people that get this mesh surgery, and it's sharp. And I've been feeling it stab me for like 25 years now. 25? 22. I could feel that area getting more and more sensitive during the water fast, and I believe that somehow like my appendix was rubbing against that thing, that mesh, and it's sharp, and then that got infected, and then it just started spreading. I believe that's what caused my colitis to happen in the first place. That's when all my health challenges started beginning after that surgery. So there is a way to remove it. It's like mesh removal surgery, and then they just put stitches in like a normal human being would that's half cyborg now. But I don't know why they use the mesh. It's so stupid. It's sharp, it's painful, and I can feel it. And that's what's causing me to just not thrive long term, because I continuously have this infection that my body's fighting this whole time. It's like I have this foreign entity in my groin region, and it's like, what are we supposed to do? We're constantly fighting that inflammation. So it's been enlightening. I've realized that now. It's like no matter what I do, if that's still there, we're gonna have trouble with the digestion. It's irritating the colon area. So that's the plan. Go back to Toronto and get surgery to fix that up. So that is where we're headed. So I don't know what that surgery is going to be like, because it's a pretty major surgery. I mean, they got to cut you open, and then that mesh thing, how is it now, 20 plus years later? It's like probably all grown around by healthy tissue, and they're engulfed it, and it's like, Jesus. So I got to get that out of me. And for now, I'm raw vegan again, just juice feasting like the pros. So it's helping. I know that intuitively I gotta flush this area and keep it clean. I can't risk having like a bunch of lamb meat get cut up there. That probably didn't help. Eat nothing but raw lamb meat heading into the fast. So we're flushing out on the juices. It's kind of nice to enjoy other flavors other than dead bodies. And I don't smell like a lamb anymore. That's kind of nice. I don't mind that. So that was my nightmare. Hopefully it turned blessing in disguise. Just the water fast coupled with that hernia mesh infecting and then throwing raw eggs on it just effed me. So it was fun. So I think we're done here for today. Thank you so much for watching the video. Consider giving it a thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you make hernia mesh sandwiches. You would do that, just to rub it in. It's better than wheat, probably. Oh, Oh, the pain. You don't know pain until you've had that. Childbirth is not pain. You don't know what it's like, ladies. Okay, we're done. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more videos, and we'll see you in the next one. I'm so skinny now. I'm back to Fruit Boy, bitch. I still got some muscle, but I haven't worked out in like 4 weeks. Whatever. A bunch of them are cracked already. So that has to be a good sign. Alright, so we just do it. We go for it. I'll admit, I'm a little jealous. People go on these long fasts, they get to break it with watermelon or something. I'm doing a raw egg, what's that gonna be like? Smells like worms.